Hello. So this presentation is sort of like a showcase for this new system that I've incorporated into my new game Retro Resurgence. So as I'm currently coding the enemy AI, we see this major thing that happen across the enemy, like enemy system, that like if you code them to attack you, they will all attack the player at the same time, which we don't want to happen in our game, and overwhelm the player with, like however many enemies are there in a particular scene. So here I've coded this system where it lets you manage that, and it only sends some amount of enemy at a particular time. So I've created this control system on the player character where you can particularly set how many enemies do you want on the player. So right now it's set on 2, but let's take it up to like 2 enemies on the player at a particular point. So right now I can just change their states to attacking, which I've already done. Enemies can go in, like you can spawn these enemies with like whichever state you want them to be in. So so they can be investigating, idle, and all these different states that you want to take these enemies to. So right now I've set them all to attack the player character. So if I press play, you can see 2 different enemies that are shooting at me, and the rest of them are in the waiting state, which is sort of like right now it's just like randomly moving around the play space. So like right now in this like the sandbox level that I created, like you can see all the rest of the enemies are just like roaming around and just minding their own business, and these 2 are the only ones that are like attacking me. So if I kill one of them, and so there is 1 space available on me. So right now it's going to assign that space to some other enemy AI. So right now we see that space is being filled up by the other enemy AI, and this guy is just running around. So if I kill both of them, so now we get 2 different enemy AI that will be charging onto us. So like we see these 2 are filling up that space and like attacking us. And finally, as the time goes, like this is the only guy that remains, and so it's sort of that kind of system that it just doesn't so that the player doesn't get overwhelmed by the enemies. Like let's say if we have like more than 6 enemies, we have like let's say 15 enemies, and we don't want all 15 on them just rushing onto the player and just killing them. So this also like sort of like helps manage the enemy AI system that's taking place under the hood of the game. Okay, so I've just connected the damage function, so now the player will actively take damage. So now if I take damage, so if the player will die, it will just all of the enemies out from the wait and the attack function and put them into idle mode. So now if you see my health go down to 0, they'll all go back to their idle mode, which is them just roaming around and patrolling the area. So yeah, that's the function. That's the sort of system that I created, like a mediator system that allows each of the enemies to sort of like communicate with each other and like check for the openings. And we can use this to create the other systems which I'm planning to implement as well, such as flanking the player, where enemies will like randomly check if someone is flanking the player. If not, and if there is an open space, they will go and flank the player from behind to keep the gunplay combat a bit more engaging.